Sorry, my travel was preponed. So yeah, I came today morning. All right. Thanks for cooperating. Okay, so let's jump on. What did we discuss in our last class? CloudWatch. So do you remember CloudWatch topics? Okay, let's do a small shootout round. So so we know very well CloudWatch is for monitoring purpose. So CloudWatch is all about mainly three things. What are those? Alarms, events, and logs. So we'll be doing these three things today. Okay, alarms, events, and logs. So alarms meaning we go and create an alarms, and remember we have metrics. What are the metrics that we use? What are the host level metrics? CPU, network, disk, and status check. So we have these metrics. Using those metrics, we go and create an alarms, and then we go and work on events. Remember events? So if someone has launched the EC2 instance, we should receive a notification, or someone has terminated, we should receive a notification. And also we'll be seeing Lambda also today, because that is related to this. How do we go is, we'll try to schedule at 9 a.m. all the EC2 instances should start automatically. 9 p.m. all the EC2 should stop automatically. How do we do that? With the combination of event bridge and Lambda. Correct? Yes. And then we will do the CloudWatch logs. What we're doing is we'll launch one EC2 instance, and then we'll install. Remember, for CloudWatch logs, we need to install what? CloudWatch agent we need to install. Very good. We need to install CloudWatch agent. So we go inside it, we install CloudWatch agent, we configure it, and then we'll start it. Automatically, whatever the logs we have inside the EC2 instance will be appeared in the CloudWatch logs. Without logging into the EC2 instance, we see all the logs there. Okay. So these are the things that will be, and rest there are many. As I said, CloudWatch, they are improving it. Okay, CloudWatch, they are improving it. And also in CloudWatch, you can monitor any AWS service. Can you monitor Lambdas also? Yes, you can monitor your Docker, Kubernetes if you have. Yes or no? You can monitor your applications, right? And remember we discussed about canaries, canaries, right? Remember, if you want to do the application monitoring, you can go for the canaries concept. But we no need to go for canaries. But if time permits, I'll show you at least how to create canaries. Okay. Should we go ahead and then start the practicals? Okay. Let's have some fun. Did you had any confusion that today's class there is not? There is there or not? Okay. But I already informed Friday there is a class, correct? Okay, good. इसमें मेरा कुसूर क्या है? कुछ भी नहीं, right? It's not my. Okay, so guys, what we're gonna do is, in order to do the monitoring, first of all, we need to have EC2 instances. No, let's take EC2 service because we know very well about EC2. Kada? Hey, by the way, did you completed all your practicals? EC2 up to date? Really? Everyone? Super, yeah. Perfect. Exploring, you keep on exploring or what? Which one is, which topic is that? Oh, you still haven't got that. Do it on Windows. Forget about Linux. Do it on Windows. It is easy on Windows. Have you tried on Windows? Try on Windows. Okay. Try on Windows, it will be easy. If it is a Linux, some SSH, all these things will be there. So do it on Windows, it will be very easy. And received 85% alert for July. Guys, sometimes you will be receiving this kind of emails. 85% your free trial is done. So you can ignore that, no issues. So log in with the root account, and on that, go to the billing dashboard. So go to the billing dashboard. There, in free tier, which service has reached what level, what percentage, you can easily see it. Let's say you have snapshots. So very good, PN Rao. That's good. That's kind of thing, yeah, you should be doing it. Very good, nice. So go to billing dashboard and you can easily see, okay, which service has used for which percentage, you can easily see. So generally, if you are following my instructions, like launching the EC2 instance, terminating it, cleaning it up every time after finishing the practicals, you don't need to worry at all. Okay. Oh, very good, Rao. Appreciate it. Let's go to EC2. CloudWatch is regional or global? CloudWatch is regional or global? In some anywhere in the paint, did I mention global? Then why you thinking global? EC2 is, CloudWatch is regional only. Remember, it is regional. Until I specifically say, okay, IAM, I said IAM is global. The first thing itself I have wrote IAM is global. So that service is global. Did I wrote anything on CloudWatch? No. So don't conclude it. So it is CloudWatch is regional. Okay, so let's go ahead and then launch couple of EC2 instance and then try to do some shit over there. So let's go with server 1. I'm going and launching the EC2 instance. Browse. Retire. Okay. So this. T2 micro is fine. And I go with XPM batch. Now you guys are perfect, no? How to launch an EC2 instance? Yes or no? Remember, you guys are struggling starting days. Now you are really perfect. Very good. So let's go ahead and with the default. And then go ahead and then launch. And I'll go and launch one more EC2 instance just to play with it. So I call it as server 2 also. Server 2. Red Hat. Guys, and also, can you tell me, I told you alarms will also do some actions. Yes or no? I told you, no? Alarms can also do some actions. Let's say if your EC2 instance is less than, your CP utilization is less than 5%. Is that be useful? No. We can stop it, no? So should we go and stop it? No need. Who will stop? Alarms can also do. Should we do all these things? Let's do. Let's go and launch this first. And then do that. I'll put it in 1B. Existing. Default. And then go and launch. Okay. So let's go to instances and guys, see here now. There are two EC2 instances are running, correct? So let's select one of this. And how do we do the monitoring? Do you see in the bottom, we have details, security, network. We have seen all these things. And do you see here? Monitoring. So what are the host level metrics we have? CPU, network, disk status check. So only CloudWatch will monitor only these metrics. And do you see this here? CPU utilization. If you go and click it, do we have any CPU utilization now? No, because just now we have started the EC2 instance, right? So, and which type of monitoring is free? Basic monitoring. And what is the interval? 5 minutes. So do you see this here? 11:50, 11:55, 12, 12:05, 12:10, like this. So if you enable detail monitoring, you will get it for every 1 minute. So just in case in your real time, if you want to monitor your EC2 instance every minute, then go and enable it, but you will be charged for that. So guys, CPU utilization, you can see it like this. Every 5 minutes also you can see it, every 1 second. And then so for every 30 days also. So you have see all these things, you have it. Oops. Okay. So you want to see the next, you want to see 6 hours of the CPU utilization. You can see it, right? If you want to say everyday CPU utilization, so you can also say it. You can see the minimum, maximum, all these things. You can see it every 1 hour, 3 hours, 2 hours. So you can customize all these things, guys. Okay. So like this, it is still initializing. Okay. Like this, do you see this here? We have CPU utilization, status, network, disk, right? Only these things. CPU, network, disk, and status check. Only 4. So the monitoring you can do is only 4 here. Okay, ma? So guys, in your real time, as we have this EC2 up and running for, let's say, for few minutes or for 1 hour, you can see the nice CPU utilization there. Okay, this is how you go and see the CPU utilization. Okay, now assume, let's take this real-time scenario. Is anyone accessing my server and server 2 now? No one is using it. So generally, what would be the CPU utilization for this? 0 or less than 10 now? 100% it is less than 10% only. Okay. So if this EC2 instance is not in use, what should we do? What should we do? Go and stop the EC2 instance. So is it good that we go and stop the EC2 instance, or we'll create an alarm and then ask the alarm to monitor it and then stop it? Yes. So how do we do that? Do you see this here? Guys, do you see this here? It is now here we don't have any alarms. So you can select the EC2 instance, whichever that you want to create an alarm. And do you see this here? Plus symbol. Click on plus here. So this is how you'll be creating the alarms, guys. So create an. Do you have any existing alarms, or you want to create a new alarm? Create a new alarm. Alarm notifications. Remember, did you create a topic already? What is the topic? 6 p.m. batch topic. So just in case, guys, if this EC2 instance, if alarm if the CPU utilization, whatever the threshold value that we have performed here, all the notifications you will get it for that topic. And make sure that you have subscribed to that topic. Need to subscribe? You are receiving emails? Yes. Huh? You need to subscribe. So, okay, there are 2 things here. Guys, once you're talking about auto scaling. Okay. If there is no action happening in auto scaling, do you receive any notification? If there is no action happening in auto scaling, scale out scaling is not happening, you don't receive notification. So what you do is, for example, in auto scaling, edit, do the manual, do desired capacity from 4 to 5. Then new EC2 instance will get launched now, then you'll receive a notification automatically. Try that. If you have any action, then only you will receive a notification, otherwise, no. So here also, if the CPU, whatever, okay, now you will receive a, okay, here. Okay, now do you see this alarm threshold, guys? Alarm threshold. So now you tell me here, my EC2 instance CPU utilization is less than 10%. So which one I need to use? Minimum or maximum? Minimum. Because that is my requirement here. In your real time, you can go for maximum also, correct? So here I will go with the minimum. So minimum. So here we have, I told you, CPU, network, disk, status check. So you have all these metrics. So whichever is you have a requirement, you need to go and select that metric. Which is the metric that we will be selecting it now? CPU utilization. Okay, ma? So now CP deletion greater than or less than or equal to a? Less than or equal to. Less meaning which one? 1, 2, 3, 4. Which one? You still confused, huh? This side or this side, huh? Still? Okay. So third one we need to go for it. Less than or equal to. Okay. This one is less than. Less than equal to how much percentage should we give? 5. Huh? Okay. We'll give 5%. Okay. If the CP deletion is less than or equal to 5%, guys, consecutive period. Every, let's say in 5 minutes, if it is happening one time also, alarm will get triggered. And let's say, what is the name of the alarm? Can I call it as low CP deletion? Guys, do you all understood how did I set up the condition here? Everyone understood the condition? Okay. If the minimum CP deletion is less than or equal to 5%, do you see on top alarm actions? Enable this. And if it is happening, what should we do? Should we go and recover, reboot, stop, terminate? Go and stop it. So if this alarm, if the CP deletion is less than 5%, in 5 minutes, one time also it happening, it will stop. And this is the CP utilization minimum 5% we have got and create. Do you all understood how to create an alarm? Simple, no? Create an alarm, select this notification, alarm actions, stop it, and set the condition. Is it clear, ma? So go and create the. See? 1/1 has no data. So that meaning, so guys, alarm status. Now it will take at least how many minutes? It will take at least 5 minutes. So after 5 minutes, what will happen? That EC2 instance will be stopped. Are we stopping it? No. So we have created an alarm and given the condition, and that alarm will go and stop the EC2 instance. So let's wait. It says no data. That meaning, do we have any CP relation yet? No, right? So it is waiting for that data. Just now we got something point here. Let's wait. And then once we refresh it, do you see this? EC2 instance is in stopped automatically, and it says alarm in alarm. Do you remember what are the states we have? 3 states, no? In alarm, okay, insufficient. Which one? In alarm, okay, insufficient. Now it is in alarm now? Yes. Got it? How to create an alarm? Okay. Should I go? Okay. Now is it clear, ma? How to create an alarm? This is from the EC2 console. You can create an alarm. But where should we want to create an alarm in another way? CloudWatch. So should we go to CloudWatch now? Let's go to CloudWatch. So as I said, CloudWatch is regional. So if you create an alarms in Mumbai region, the alarms will be available only in the Mumbai. So here, okay, do you see this here? I told you alarms, logs, events. These are all for monitoring purpose. You can ignore this X-ray, S-ray and all. And if you click on alarms, do you see here? All alarms. If you go for all alarms, do you see this is only one alarm we created, no? Low CP relation, that is also, that is the state is in alarm. Okay. Actions are enabled to stop it? Yes. CP relation less than 5 for 1 data points within 5 minutes. That meaning within 5 minutes, if you get one time also less than 5%, EC2 instance will be stopped. Can you go and put 2 also, 3 also? In 10 minutes, 15 minutes also you can do it? Yes, you can do it. Okay, ma? Okay. Here also we have create alarm concept. See? Should we create an alarm from here? There are 2 ways, 2 different ways I'm showing. One is from EC2, one is from CloudWatch. Should we go and create a CloudWatch alarm from here? Click on create alarm. Okay. So guys, when I'm showing the practical, put the logic. If you put the logic, you no need of any steps at all. Okay. So logic is important. Okay. Now it is calling what ma? Select metric. Which is a metric that we should be using? Which is a metric? CP utilization, we need to use it. And also remember, I told about namespace. What is namespace? Collection of metrics, group of metrics. So all the metrics is formed in one group. That group is called namespace. Okay, let's click on select metric and click on select metrics. And these are all the namespaces that I'm talking about. Okay, you tell me which namespace we need to select in order to select our metric. EC2. EC2 is the namespace here? Yes. Go inside the EC2. You are going with the auto scaling group or per instance metrics? Per instance. Very good. Go inside it. And now I have so many things here. So which server I need to go for it? Should I go with the server 2 now? Yes or no? So can I copy this instant ID and search it now? Yes. Do you see server 2 we have? Because all the instances are available here. 70/17 are there. Right? So out of it, we need to go and find out now which one is that. So go and search with that ID. So now in this server 2, which is the metric that we are interested in? Do you see CP utilization here? Can you go with the network disk, whichever you want, you can go for it. So for now, I'm going for the CP utilization. Is it clear? How to select a metric? Select metric. So once you selected a metric, what is the namespace that we got? EC2. So metric name, CP utilization, instance ID is this. Statistic. Would you go for minimum or maximum in our case? Minimum. Very good. Period will go for 5 minutes or will go for 10 seconds, 1 minute. If you select 1 minute, that is nothing but you're selecting detail monitoring. What you'll get? Bill. So keep it only 5 minutes. Okay, threshold type static. And do you see this here? Whenever the CP utilization is greater than or lower than equal to third one. How much percentage? Your wish. 5%. You all understood how to create a condition here? Guys, understood? And then in additional configurations, data points to alarm. So keep it of 1 out of 1 only. So basically define the number of data points with the evaluation period that must be breaching to cause the alarm to go. So guys, remember I told you one time in 5 minutes. So here if you put how many times in how many minutes. So I'm just keeping it default. So just in case in real time, if you want one time also data points in 5 minutes, this will be triggered. Okay. Is it clear? This step number 1 is clear. Machiti, everyone online. So here, while selecting the metric, edit metric. So here, can you select multiple metrics? You can select the multiple metrics there. Okay, so there is a question. If maximum, then our CP utilization will go maximum for the EC2 instance? There is not a scenario here. The scenario is the less than. No, that's why I'm selecting less than. Okay, so I click on next. Okay, if the CP utilization is less than 5%, you want it in alarm, okay, insufficient. In alarm. And select an existing topic. Which topic? 6 p.m. best topic. You want to do auto scaling actions, you want to do EC2 actions, add EC2. So if your EC2, if your CP utilization less than 5%, this time should we go and terminate it? It's up to me, right? You can stop it also, you can terminate also. Understood? How to create, how to select the conditions and how to do the actions. You can do the auto scaling action also whenever you have a requirement, not now. So if you select it, so you can select if you can set a metric and then you can add it to any auto scaling group. Guys, is this clear? How to configure the actions here? You can ignore system manager actions and click on next and call it as low CPU terminated. Okay, give some name and I call it as next and then create alarm. The state is now what? Insufficient. Why? Just now we created, no, for how much time will it take to gather the data? At least 5 minutes. That's why it is insufficient. So guys, the second one also says insufficient. The first one which we have created. Why? Anyone? Yes, but that EC2 instance is in stop state. When EC2 instance stops state, do you get any data points? No, that's why it went to the insufficient. So the second one, let's wait. So the second one should get terminated. Correct? The second one, let's wait. It says 1/1 no data. So that means alarm has applied. Low CPU. You see, if we click on it, low CPU terminate alarm got applied. So let's wait once it got a data point and that will be triggered. That will come automatically. Okay. Is it clear, ma? How to create an alarms from EC2 console and CloudWatch? There's a very basic need and basic requirement to create alarms to monitor your EC2 instances. Online, is this clear? Creating alarms, please. Very simple. You can go and edit the alarm, copy the alarm. You can do enable, disable. Okay. Actions are enabled. Let's say you create an alarm and you have actions are enabled and you want to disable the actions. You can disable it. If you click on disable, it will be disabled. That means if you disable it, EC2 instance will be stopped? No. So actions will be stopped. So it is in alarm. Yes. Obviously, no. Either you can stop, you can terminate, you cannot both do, you cannot do it, no. So guys, do you see this? It comes to in alarm mode. So that meaning if you click on EC2, now it will be in terminated. Do you see this? It is now terminated. Understood? How to create an alarm and how to do it? So now, so guys, you can go and disable, you can enable, disable it. See? If you disable it, what will happen? Simple. See, actions disable. That meaning, if the CPU utilization is less than 5%, if you disable the actions, will it be terminated? It will not be terminated. So you can go and enable, disable the actions. So please write down. This might be a certification question. In your book, write down. Alarms actions can be enabled and disabled anytime. Alarm actions in brackets you can write stop or terminate, etc. if at all you want. Alarm actions in bracket stop, terminate, reboot. For alarm, what did I say? Alarm actions can be enabled and disabled anytime. So guys, these are all filters. Do you remember we discussed about composite alarm also? What is composite alarm? If you have multiple metrics, conditions, if you want to achieve it, and or conditions, you can create alarm. So do you see multiple alarms we have it? No, we created low CPU utilization alarm and then low we have. So if you select this, if both conditions are applied, and or conditions if you put it, if at all you want, otherwise not needed. If at all you have a complex alarms, if you want to have multiple EC2 instances, let's say sometimes, as I said, Your CPU utilization is going high, but there is no network at all. Is that valid alarm? No. Just imagine you have a big company and unnecessarily the false alarms will come to you, correct? So in that case, if you want to avoid all those things, you can group multiple alarms and you can use AND or OR option operators, and you can create an alarms. Okay, super. Is it clear, ma, on alarms, everyone? Any questions on alarm? Otherwise, we'll be moving to the events. Simple, no? It is just for monitoring purpose. Okay, now let's go to events. What is that events now called? Event bridge. What is that called? Event bridge. And do you see this? If you click on events, if you click on roles, automatically this has now went to which service? Event bridge service. And I told you in event bridge, we create rules, correct? Okay, let's take a scenario now. Okay. All real time. Someone is, Navina. Yes, it is Navina. Guys, you have an EC2 instance. Someone is stopping the EC2 instance and you should receive a notification. Someone stopping the EC2 instance and you should receive a notification. Can you tell me, is that possible through alarm? Just now we created alarms, no? Is it possible to, if someone has stopped the EC2 instance, are you receiving a notification? No, right? No. So if you want to do this kind of customized one, how do you get it? Using event bridge. So let's take this scenario. Someone is stopping the EC2 instance, automatically should receive a notification. You all understood the task? Using this task, we'll go and do it. Okay, do you see this? Here we have the bus, event bus. What is that? All the events will be carried in this bus only. So we'll use the default bus. Okay. Okay, see? A rule watches for specific type of events. Correct or no? We are creating a rule. What type of event that we are interested in? Stopping the EC2 instance. That meaning what is the status that we are interested? Stopping, stop. Yes or no? Stopping, stop. So we create a rule now, Babu. That particular EC2 instance, if it is generating stopping, stopped, send a notification. See? So let's go and create it. So should we go and create a rule now, Chitty? Create rule. Click on create rule. Rule name, call it as stop EC2 instance. Okay, give any name. Describe option. Bus, you want a default bus only? No, there is only one default bus selected. Okay, now you tell me, Chitty, here. You want an event pattern or you want to schedule it? Schedule is completely different. At particular time that will get only for particular time that will get triggered. So this EC2 instance is related to schedule, or we will go with the event pattern. Event pattern only, no? Yes or no? We'll go with the event pattern. Remember, 9 p.m., 9 a.m., all the EC2 instances should be start, stopped, schedule kind of. That time we need to go and select schedule. Now we will go with the event base only. If someone is stopping the EC2 instance, we should receive a notification. So which one? Event pattern. Event bus. Event bus is nothing but all the events will be carried, will be used by this event bus only. See, guys. So in advanced topics, what we do is, in advanced topics, not here, in professional level, in advanced topics, in networking topics, this event bus is basically, you can create your own event bus and then can share the event to some other account also. All the events are here itself in our account, in the event bus, default event bus. But in advanced concept, you can share the event bus to other account also, so that they can access my events in my account. That is advanced topic. So let's not go there. Can we force the user to ask for approval if someone wants to stop an instance? Okay, there is a question here. Can we force the user to ask for approval if someone wants to stop an EC2 instance? Number one, Is there any way that till now what we have seen, did you saw any kind of approval process here? No. But how do you avoid stopping the EC2 instance? How do you avoid stopping the EC2 instance? Now we have Sharif. I don't want Sharif to stop an EC2 instance. What should I do? There is a behavior, no, stop behavior. Delete on termination, we have not delete on, what is that? Termination behavior. Guys, what is that? Right? So we can go in accidental termination. Accidental termination is enabled. Accidental stop also is there, no? If you enable that, no one we can able to stop the EC2 instance. Okay. Okay, sir. Sharif go and disable that stop option and stop it again. Can you go and create a inline policy for that? Whenever Sharif has logged in, he will not have permission to stop. Can we go and write inline policy? Yes. This is how you need to restrict the people. Okay. So who has asked that? Arpita. That's for you. Okay. Is it clear, ma? Step 1 here, select the event pattern and click on next. Okay. See here carefully, guys. Event source. Which one? You want other all events or AWS events? Select the AWS events. Sample event, ignore it. This is optional. If you come down, event pattern is the one which we need to use. AWS services only, no. Which service that we are planning to use? EC2. Fantastic. EC2. Like this, can you go? I told you, event bridge contain all services, correct? You see, so many services are there. Whichever the events that you want to capture, you need to select that particular service. So we need to go which service? EC2. Select EC2. In EC2, you get event types, all event types. Select it. Now you tell me, Chiti, see this and tell me which event type that we need to select. Fantastic. Very good. So here, do you see this? If it is related to, do you remember we did FSR, fast snapshot restores, and then snapshot notification. Let's say someone created a snapshot, you should receive a notification. Do you see the event there? Select it. And someone has created a volume, attached the volume, detach the volume, delete the volume, you should receive a notification. Do you see that? Catch that event. Someone has launched EC2 instance or fast launch state changed. And then you have instance rebalance recommendation. Rebalance is with CPU, credits and all. And then which one we need to? Instance state change notification. This one you need to select. Which state that you are interested? Stopping, stopped. Do you see any state? If you select any state, what will happen? If someone has stopped, terminated, launched, all 6 behaviors, 6 states will come into picture. But are we interested with all states? No. Which one specific states? Which one, Nana? Stopping, stopped. My requirement is someone stop the EC2 instance, I should receive a notification. Someone is launching the EC2 instance, I should receive a notification. Which one you need to select? Pending or running, you need to select. Someone is terminating the EC2 instance, shutting down, terminate. See, based on the requirement, you need to go and select it. Okay, now event type we have selected. Specific states we have selected. Which instance? Any instance or specific instance? If you select any instance, what will happen? If someone stopped, if you have 100 EC2 instance, out of 100, someone have stopped some machine, you will receive a notification. But if you want only this machine I am interested in, so you need to put a specific instance ID you need to put. Can you get instance ID? For example, do you see instance ID here? I copy paste it. Can I add multiple? How many you want to add? You can add multiple. Is this clear? If at all you want, you can take a screenshot of this. But no need. If you read it, you can easily understand. Is it clear? Step number 2. Okay. Now click on next. Okay. Now targets. Now someone has stopped the EC2 instance. This event should be targeted, routed to which one? No. No. What is the target? Someone is stopping the EC2 instance. What will happen if someone stop the EC2 instance? You should receive a notification. So which is the target? SNS. Do you see this here? SNS. So can we send to multiple any service also here? Yes. So which one we are interested in? SNS topic. And bus. Understood? Ah. Okay. So here you select it and click on next. And then next. And then create the rule. Do you all understood how to create a rule? So I gave you sample rule. Like this, can you create based on requirements? Can you create your own rules also? Yes, you can create it. I know to create a rules for stop, stopping, terminate, pending, no need. Okay. Is it clear how to create a rule, everyone? So you can anytime go and enable, disable the rule. You can edit the rule. So this is cloud formation is completely different. Okay. So I might have told you this, or else listen. Have you heard about Terraform? Those who have not heard about it. So Terraform is a infrastructure as a code tool. So whatever we are doing it on the console, you are launching the EC2 instance. How many steps are there to launch an EC2 instance? 7. Now everything in one shot, but you have so many things you need to select. So guys, from console, you need to select all these things, but developers or automation engineers or you as an AWS engineer, if you want to launch an EC2 instance 100 times with the same configuration, or you want to set up a VPC and then set up everything and you need to do the same setup multiple times, will you go and do it manually multiple times? You can do the automation. And how do you do the automation? Using Terraform. What is that? So Terraform, they'll use YAML language. YAML. We call it as YAML. YAML. YAML full form is yet another markup language. So either you can go with the JSON. Okay, now we have Terraform. Terraform is AWS tool. No, Terraform is not a AWS tool. It is some other third-party tool. So Terraform, using Terraform, can you write a code on AWS to automate? Yes. Terraform can also write to Azure. You can also write to Google Cloud. Terraform is universal. Someone has developed a tool, you write a code and then execute. Terraform can go and create resources in AWS also. Terraform can go and create in Azure also, in GCP also. Guys, that is called infrastructure as a code, no? Yes or no? Which is the similar service in AWS? That is CloudFormation. What is that? So CloudFormation is completely, it's a code. If you want to automate, please write down CloudFormation is equal to automate AWS infrastructure. Write down. CloudFormation is used to automate AWS infrastructure. CloudFormation is used to automate AWS infrastructure through code. Through code. So this CloudFormation, guys, in CloudFormation is all about templates. What? That CloudFormation supports JSON also. CloudFormation support YAML also. Okay, let's say I click on YAML. Do you see this, guys? Okay, now, Chiti, I created. See, I created. No, it's not CLI based. You have a nice ID tools. ID is there. Sufyan. Okay, do you see? I created a rule. How did I create a rule? I click on create rule. and I selected that, this and do, I did everything. But can you generate the code? See, if you execute this code, rule will be created. No, Prashant. But let's see. I don't commit. Did I commit it on CloudFormation? But if, let's see, after finishing all our topics, based on the time, we'll see. Okay, but I don't commit it. But I have a habit of giving extra all the time, but I don't commit. Okay, so do you see this? This is the template. We have it, CloudFormation template. So guys, if you take this configuration, if you take this template and then execute it, automatic rule will be created. Instead of going to GUI and then create a rule, can you go and execute this like this? Yes, that is through code, right? Good thing is AWS is generating the code automatically. That is very good thing, correct? Okay. Anyways, so everyone clear how to create a rule? Okay. So now let's do this. Now I have EC2 instances. What? EC2. Should I go and launch a couple of EC2 instances just to, should we take this scenario? Guys, I have EC2 instances. Automatically at 9 p.m. EC2 instance should be stopped. And automatic 9 a.m. it should be start. How do we do it? Using Event Bridge. In Event Bridge, which one? Event pattern or scheduler? Schedule we'll use. And route to which service? SNS to receive a notification, yeah. Automatically stopping and starting the EC2 instances. Who will do? Lambda. Lambda will do, no? You got it? Lambda will do it, correct? Okay. So I'll go and launch. That is custom that we need to do it. By default, that will not do. So what we did till now, event which has the collection of events, yes or no? And which one we have selected? EC2 service we have selected. And in that we have instance state. Is there any other events that events we have? No. Only instance state change we have selected. That meaning if any state change is happening, you are getting a notification. Anywhere in Event Bridge, do you see if something is happening, automatically stop and start? There is nothing there. So if you want to do the custom actions, you do need to do it through lambdas. Routing to the service, SNS or Lambda. So based on the events that you have generated, this guy will go and do the work. Okay, so I selected this. Okay, so I put it here and then this, and then go and launch. I could have launched one more. Okay, so okay, I want to launch similarly like this. How do I do it? Using there is something, launch more like this. So similar configurations. I want to launch 2 more machines, and I call it as server 4. So I have launched these many 4, and then I call it as 5. Okay. Okay. So now how many are running? 3. We should have 3. Wait. Sitting in okay, how many are there running? How many are there? 3 are there. Consider we have 3 these machines. These 3 machines should be stopped automatically at 9 p.m. today. How do we do it? If you want to do this kind of automations, is there anything predefinedly there in AWS? We need to do through the code only. That meaning, how do we do it? Using Lambda. Using Lambda. But guys, that is good. But scheduling should be happening from where? Huh? Event Bridge. Scheduling should be happening through Event Bridge. Very good. So, first of all, I'll tell you the logic, then we go and apply. Let's not simply blindly go and do it. Okay. So now, Chite, you should answer this. Tell me, guys. Let's say I have this EC2 instances here. Okay, I'll go 1, slow, 2. How many are there, Nana? 3 are there. So I go with 3. So I have these 3 EC2s are there. Guys, listen carefully. We have 3 EC2 instances. Okay. So this EC2 instance should be automatically stopped. So where is the first thing that we need to go first now? We need to go to schedule it, no? Yes or no? So we need to go to event schedule. Yes or no? We need to go to the event schedule. In event schedule, we'll select a time. And you will be routing it to which service? Lambda. Yes or no? That meaning we need to go and do the Lambda. So Lambda. That meaning we need to have Lambda function. Lambda function should be there, no? Okay, Lambda function should be there. So if you want to stop, what is the name that I use? Stop function. And I will be using by default Python code I'll use. Sample Python code I'll use. Lambda supports Python? Okay. So now, guys, tell me, Chitty, tell me, this Lambda has permissions to go and stop the EC2 instance by default? No. Yes or no? Don't fluke it and say. Think and say yes or no. No. So does the Lambda is separate service. EC2 is separate service. How does the Lambda will have permissions to go and stop and start? No, right? So what is the thing that we need to use? Roles we need to use. Fantastic. Should we go and create one role now? Yes. Lambda role. Can I go and create Lambda role? Okay. Lambda should have what permissions? EC2 permissions. Yes or no? EC2. So while creating a role, what kind of permissions that we need to use? EC2. You tell me, Chitty, is it recommended to give full access to Lambda to go and do it? No. What does Lambda should go and do now? Only stop and start. Should we go and create our own inline policy? So I'll call it as EC2 stop and start policy. We need to go and create it. Okay. Yes or no? Out of all these things, out of event schedule, Lambda function, role, policy, tell me which is the first thing that we need to touch here? What is the first thing that we need to go and create? Role. For role, what we need to attach? Policy. Did we create a policy? So which one we need to touch first? Policy only, no? Yes or no? You go to the restaurant, without plate, will you touch biryani? No, first you need to have a plate. So out of all these things, which one, what is the first step? We need to go and create a policy. Our policy will be ready. And then what is the second thing? A role. What is the second thing? Role. While creating a role, this policy will be attached to this role. Nana, while creating a role, we need to select trusted entity, no? This role should be attached to whom? Lambda role should be attached to EC2 a lambda na. The role should be attached to whom? EC2 is the permissions. EC2 is the permission we are giving. But the role should be attached to whom? Lambda. The role should be attached to lambda here. Yes or no? EC2 is the only permissions we are talking about here. Here, who is the trusted identity here? Lambda. Trusted entity. Okay. So now, so we create a role. First, we create a policy. We create a role. And then what we need to do the next step? We need to go and create a lambda function. Yes. That's the third step. Next step. Now lambda function is ready. And the lambda function with the role is also ready. What is the next step? Go and do the event schedule. Once you create it, then this lambda will go and stop the EC2 instances based on the schedule. Is it clear? Okay, now understood the logic? Should we go and apply this logic now? Any questions still here? Guys, is it clear till here? Any questions? And remember, guys, in lambda, we have lambda with VPC, without VPC. You can create a lambda with VPC, without VPC. If you want to create lambda in private and then only within the VPC, then go with VPC. And if your lambda wants to talk to some other services, then go with the without VPC. So lambda with VPC meaning you can access AWS services, correct? Within the VPC, correct, guys? Lambda with VPC. Write down lambda with VPC. That meaning can access AWS services. So that meaning lambda can access your RDS, S3, etc. Like all, it can access it. So lambda without VPC, it will be public. Lambda without VPC is public. It is up to you whether you want to use lambda with VPC, without VPC. Okay. So you want to restrict and you want to lambda run within the VPC and connect multiple RDS AWS services, go with VPC. But if you want to create just a lambda function, use it, go with the without VPC is fine. Okay, ma. Guys, for this, there is a nice, if you go to internet, stop EC2 instances using lambda. So guys, there is a nice article is there. I don't follow this, but I'll give it to you for, okay. Chota. Okay, see guys, you tell me. So this one, what is the first step, Nana? What is the first step? Policy. Should we go and create a policy? Okay. So let's go to policy. Today the class will be a little bit extended. It's fine because I cannot break the practical. Okay. So let's go to, where do you create policy? Which service? IAM. So let's go to IAM and we need to create a policy. On the left side, we have policies, no? Create policy. So guys, in that article, do you see this is the policy is already there? The policy is already there. So what does this policy is doing? Tell me. Lambda, you execute, guys, lambda function will be executed. Does it execute it correctly or not? We need to see the logs, no? Lambda logs will be there, no? So you can see the lambda logs in lambda function itself. Or can you push also that lambda logs to CloudWatch logs? Remember, we can push it, no? I can centralize everything in CloudWatch logs. So that meaning here, so do you see this here? I'm giving permissions for the logs. And do you see in EC2, what kind of permissions that I'm giving? Only start and stop. I'm giving full access? No. So you no need to even write the policy. What you do? Copy it. And then go to JSON. Remove this, paste it. Okay. See the logic, guys. Okay. And then should we go and create it now? Next. What is the policy? Give the name. I call it as EC2 stop and start policy. Created. Already exists. I call it as 6 p.m. Policy got created. What is the next step? Create a role. What is that? Create a role. So go to roles. Create role. Here tell me, do I need to use EC2 or lambda? To which one I need to attach? Lambda, correct? Understood? Excellent. Lambda I need to select. Click on next. Here I need to attach that, no? What is that? 6 p.m. I wrote. EC2 stop and start policy, 6 p.m. Next, role name. Call it as, give me some role name. Lambda role 6 p.m. I'll give. Okay. Create role. Chitty role got created. What's the next step? What's the next step? Lambda role got created. Next step is we need to create a lambda function. Correct? We need to create a lambda function. Should we go to lambda now? Let's go to lambda. Nimda. So if you go to lambda, lambda is regional only. Okay. So in lambda, guys, I told you it's purely code. Nothing else. It's purely code. If you know the scripting, go for lambda. So what is the thing that we need to create here? Create function. Remember the starting days that we have learned, no? Lambda is server based or serverless? Serverless. So can you create a function just like that without server? Yes. So let's go and click on create function. Function name. What is the function name? Stop function. I call it as stop. So I told you lambda provides multiple runtimes. If you are a Java guy, write the code in Java. If you are a .NET guy, select .NET, write in code. We are now what, guys? Python guys. So should we select Python? Yes. So here you have Python 3.10 latest is there, select it. Okay, ma? You go with the x86 or ARM? So change default execution role. Do we ask lambda to create a role itself, or did we create the role? We created the role. So which one I need to use first, second, third? Second. So use the second one. And then here we have lambda role. Why we have got the role here? Because while creating the role, we have attached to lambda. We have selected the trusted entity as lambda. That's why the role is available in the lambda here. You're getting it, right? Very good. So I told you lambda can be created with VPC, without VPC. So the one which we are talking about with VPC or without VPC? Without VPC. So if you click on with VPC, enable it, but don't enable now. No need. So create function. Guys, stop function got created. Loading your function. As we have selected Python, you got a little bit Python default code, you got it. If you go to that article, we have done all these things already. Do you see this code here? This is the copy the code and then delete this, paste this. Do we need to have Lambda Python knowledge to do this? Let's do this here, guys. Should we go and read this Python code? Let's do. Okay. Import Boto3. Lambda is Boto3. Just for I know you talk about region. Which is the region that we should use? Mumbai, no? So we need to modify this. So I copied the code from internet. So we need to modify according to our requirement. Yes. So what is the code? AP minus south minus 1. And then we have instances is equal to, instances is a variable here. And this is a array. List of items. What is an array? Array meaning list of items. So here it is asking, here it is putting, what is this? Instance ID. So what are the instance IDs that you want to stop it? Put it in that array. You want 2, 3, 30, 50, your wish, put it. How many you want? So should I go and get our instance IDs? This one, copy. Should I replace that here? Replace. Second one. Okay. And then third one. Guys, yes or no? How many EC2 instances that you want to stop? 3. If you have 30 also, can you put it? Go and put it. That's a big array. Okay, so now I'm calling the Boto client and then there is a definition here. Do you see? Stop instances. So guys, our instance is nothing but a variable here. So that meaning one by one, this EC2, this instance ID will get loaded here and that will come here and it will go and stop it. Do you need Python knowledge? You can nicely go and read it and you will understand, no? Right? So now my function is ready. Okay. Everyone understood how to create a function? And then I need to click on deploy. Deploy is nothing but save. Deploy is nothing but save. Click on deploy. My stop function is ready. Guys, I just created a standalone stop function. Are there any triggers for this stop function now? From where we need to trigger? Event bridge. From event bridge, we need to call this stop function. Yes or no? In event bridge, what we need to do? We need to schedule it, correct? At 9 p.m., I need to call this Lambda function. So once I call from event bridge, add trigger. From here also, you can add the event bridge. Otherwise, go to event bridge. And should we go and create a rule now? Should we go and create a rule? Guys, yes or no? Create rule. Can I call it as stop instances using Lambda? Event pattern or scheduler? Schedule. So continue to create rule or continue with event bridge scheduler. So event bridge scheduler is a new concept. So you can go with it or continue create a rule. This is also fine. And do you see this here, Nana? Cron. So here you have schedule patterns are, you want to go with every 10 minutes or you want to, yes. So go it. Yes, Ranjan, if you have 100 EC2 instances, you need to think about little bit coding and then get out. See, there is a question here. Sir, we have 3 EC2 instances, we put 3 in that array. 3 instance IDs. What if I have 100? Either you can put 100 instance IDs. But if you are a smart guy, retrieve the current EC2 instance running using code, retrieve all the EC2 instance IDs and send it to exactly Krishna has put already Pavanveer. So you get the instances IDs and then pass it to the variable. Coding skills. Huh? Okay, now do you all understand? Do you know what is cron job? Guys, cron job is nothing but scheduling it. Okay, so here you have minutes, hours, day of month, day of week, year. So I'll give one example. I open the cron job. Here itself is there. No, let's say I take this. So guys, 0, 12, star, star, question mark, star. That meaning I'll put it here. 0, 12, star, star, question mark, and then star. So that means this will run every what? Every 12. At exactly 12, it will ask. But at what time I need to run? 9. You can wait for till 9. Also, it is a UTC time, no? What is UTC time? 154, no? So can I go and put 2 or 14? 24 hours, yeah. Okay. You can wait for 9 o'clock also. You can put the next near time also. This will get triggered automatically. Okay. So guys, once you get the next 10 triggers, that meaning it is good. If something is wrong here, you will not get the next triggers. Yes, you can change it to local time zone also. Vishal. Local time zone meaning here I need to put how much time? How much time now? 7 meaning 19. Okay, let's say 25 or 35. Put out. You can put like this. If you want it in next 15 minutes, go for no. You need to go with the cron job, right? 15 minutes meaning here you need to in arts you need to put 15. Correct? And rest everything you put 0. It will run every 15 minutes. Okay, is it clear how to schedule it? Cron job? And click on next. AWS service only. Which service? Now I'm scheduling it. Now I need to call which service? Lambda. I need to call Lambda function. So did we create a stop function? See, Lambda is getting it here. Next, and then create role. Guys, I created a schedule. So now exactly at what time? 7:35 automatically Lambda will get triggered. What does the Lambda contains? Stop function. So it will go and stop all the EC2 instances now? Yes. Either you can go and wait to happen because you schedule it. And if you want to see whether my Lambda function is running or not, should we go and execute Lambda function also directly? Yes. Should we go and do it? Or will you wait for the schedule? We can go directly, no? We go in directly and see. So go to Lambda function. Do we have any triggers here? No. If I refresh this, and let's say we have added trigger, no? Event bridge trigger. Where do you see this? Now we got the trigger. Can we add destination also? SNS? You will receive a notification. But simple. Okay. Now do you see this? This is the code, no? And my EC2 instances are running now. 3 are running. So should I go and execute this code? If I execute this code, what will happen? All will stop. No. If my code is correct, there is no errors. Automatically go and stop. If my Lambda works, automatic schedule will also work now later. So test. Should we test it? Click on test. So give some event name called test. Okay. Just save. And here I go and execute. Execute. Test. Test it. Guys, my Lambda function got executed. My Lambda function got executed. See here. My Lambda function got executed. Everyone, see. Do you see the logs here? These are called function logs. What is that? Function logs. Chitty, how much time, how much memory it is used? 524 milliseconds. Lambda will be charged only at how much time the Lambda got executed, it will be charged only for that time. You created 100 Lambda functions. Will it be charged? No, unless you run that Lambda function. And how much time the Lambda function you can run? 1 minute to 2 minutes, right? So, and how much the memory is used here, maximum here, we have assigned 128 MB maximum memory. Out of how much it is used? Only 83 MB got used. How much is the build duration? Build duration is only for 523 milliseconds. That means see how cheaper the Lambda is. It's very, very cheaper. Only, okay. So do you think my EC2 instance got stopped? Should we go and refresh this and see here? Ooh, do you see that? All stop. Yes or no? Do you understood how to write a Lambda function? How to call invoke the Lambda functions now? Yes or no? Online, everyone, is that clear? How to set up this Lambda functions? Right? Guys, please write down. So in Lambdas, you need to know the Lambda limits. Lambda limits. Lambda limits are like this. Memory allocation. Just now we saw what is the default memory allocation? 128 MB, right? That is certification question. You will get 128 MB. Maximum you can allocate 10 GB. How much? That is for one function, how much memory you can allocate? 10 GB maximum. Default? 128 MB. Maximum execution time. Maximum execution time is 900 seconds. That meaning 15 minutes. How much our function got executed? 500 milliseconds, not even 1 second. Millisecond. Like this, your function can be executed maximum how much time? Your Lambda function maximum how much time you can run the Lambda function? 15 minutes. How much? 15 minutes. So in your functions, you will have so we have environment variables. Because environment variables can be 4 KB in size. How much? How much? 4 KB in size. And then also disk capacity. Disk capacity in the function container. Disk capacity in the function container. So guys, that meaning in /tem, when you're writing the function, sometimes it needs some capacity to upload some libraries. If you're running some JavaScript or Node.js or Python, you need to upload some libraries now related to that, right? So if you want to upload that libraries, you need to upload in /tem. And how much size that it supports? 512 MB to 10 GB it supports. So your function need extra libraries. So that's disk capacity that can get. And concurrency executions. So one Lambda function can be concurrently executed 1,000 times. If you want to increase, can be increased. So deployment. Lambda, I just copy paste the code. You can upload the zip file also. You have Node.js, your Java, .NET files. Zip file will be there, no? With libraries and all. So you can upload it also. So Lambda function deployment size, compressed size, compressed zip file can be 50 MB. How much, ma? Guys, these are all certification questions, okay? 50 MB. Size of uncompressed deployment, it is 250 MB. Is it clear? Now, see, memory allocation is very important for Lambda function. Guys, everyone, see here, I'll go to the Lambda function. Okay. I go to, guys, Lambda function can be, you can test from here also. You can delete it. Go inside the Lambda function. And you see the options here. You have code where you can do all the code here. Okay. Na? Test, we just tested. Okay. We just tested and executed it. Monitor. Can you monitor your Lambda functions? CloudWatch also can monitor Lambda functions. CloudWatch itself is monitoring. From here, directly you can monitor Lambda functions, or also in CloudWatch dashboard also, there you can, I'll show you. Okay. So from here, how many invocations have happened? How many invocations happened? How many times we invoke Lambda function got invoked? Only one time, right? Do you see that here? Only one time. Invocations are one time only. Invocations one. So in your real time, how many times that Lambda function got invoked, you will get to know. Duration, how much time it got executed, I said. Duration minimum 523 milliseconds. So Lambda will be executed only at the building time. Lambda is executed only for the building time. Did I wrote that? Lambda will be built only for the execution time. Only for the execution time. Okay, ma. And how many errors you got, how many concurrent executions are happening, everything you can see it here. Configurations. See here. What is the default memory that your function has? 120 MB. So that meaning your function is small. Guys, if you want to execute anything in your computer, memory will be allocated now for that application. So this is serverless. That means we need to give some memory, what is the default memory that the function has? 120 MB. But if you have a big function, you can increase it, no? Yes or no? What is the maximum size you can increase? 10 GB, right? So you can go all the time, you can go and edit it, and you can go with the increase it. How much it is? 10 GB, 10,000 MB. And I told you also, there will be ephemeral storage. That meaning your temp folder, how much maximum size you can put it there? 10 GB, right? So if you want to upload something, you can go and upload. And your Lambda timeout, function timeout. Let's say Lambda got executing and you have written worst code where you have loop, right? You don't know, no. Developers will write and they miss the loop and it will keep on looping it. So will a Lambda function will be executed continuously? No, you will have a timeout. So you can mention the timeout. What is the minimum timeout here? 3 seconds. A role is there. Understood, ma? So configurations, you can do all these things here. Aliases, you can create versions of this also. Version is nothing but you have this Lambda function. You can create a new version of this Lambda function. This function can be executed in dev. Your new version can be executed in prod. Like this, you can, for one Lambda function, you can create multiple versions. Whichever the Lambda function that you want to use, you can use that version. Is it clear, everyone? Is it clear on the Lambda? Easy. If you know coding, it will be easy. But from the console point of view, it is okay. Okay, na? Very good. So, okay, so let me stop it here. But if you have, I think we have, I have only one topic left, which is called CloudWatch logs. And by the way, Lambda executed. How do you check the logs? Did we push to the logs here? See, if I click on it here, you can see the logs, Lambda logs here. Do you see this here? AWS Lambda stop function. So go inside it, and this is the function. And you see the logs here? Yes. how much time it got executed, what EC2 instance got executed, everything you can see it. Okay, no problem. I'll stop. I wanted to complete Lambda. I mean, this log groups also, but 10 minutes extra. That's fine. You got overloaded now. So will you able to do the practicals? At least you take Sunday. I mean, today's what? You take tomorrow, day after tomorrow. Monday, will you come by completing these tasks? Easy, no? Yes or no? Super. So the task that you can do it is, see here, guys, everyone. Chitty, see here. Ma. Stop or terminate the EC2 instance by creating alarm. Can you do it? Okay. Create alarms from CloudWatch console. Do it. And one exploring task here. Very easy. Can you create an alarm if your billing is going greater than 100 rupees? Which is the namespace that you need to select? Billing namespace you need to select. Okay. Create an event and get the email notification if anyone launched the EC2 instance. Can you do this? Using Event Bridge. And try to do the Lambda scheduler. Okay. On Monday, I'll teach you how to set up CloudWatch logs. So take this. Easy now, guys. I'm telling you, guys, I'm going dead slow. Yes or no? Yes or no? No pain, nothing. Easy, no? So I'm going very slow. So, and take the screenshot of this. No hurry. No hurry. Okay. If it is extended 1 week also, no issues. No issues. Okay. Let's learn Aramse properly and we'll go. Okay. So that's why I could have completed logs also today and give the logs, and Monday I'll start the fresh service. But I'll stop. Monday, I'll complete the logs and we'll take the new service also. Chitty, take this. And here, hold on, guys. Here, try scheduler or URL. So here, either wait for the schedule or test directly from Lambda by creating test and execute test. Okay. So guys, and finally, you all guys have that habit already? Terminating, cleaning up? Yes or no? Do I need to write? No need, no. Clean it up. Okay. Super. Good. Okay. Thank you for bearing. And sorry, I took extra time, but it's okay. And also, guys, one small request. Let's try to start the class by at least 6:10. Every day, you see, I'll be waiting before 6 only here. Okay. Generally, Sir will come later. But here in this case, I'm coming early every day. So I'll be waiting. So please come on time. Be by 6. We'll start by 6:05 or 6:10. Let's not. Because if we start early, I can leave early like otherwise I need to extend the class like this. Okay. Na? Online people also, please be on time. Can you give the final CC, please? Lots of practicals? Yes or no? I told you in the starting days, I don't know, some people, sir, when are the practicals? When are the practicals? Now, stop practicals, stop practicals. But are you enjoying the practicals? Lots of real-time people, guys. Experienced people. Can you just back me up? These are all real-time only? Yes or no? See, guys, we are learning real times. Okay. Experienced people are also saying whatever they are doing in the company, the same things we are learning here. Okay. It's too good. Excellent. Super. Okay. So that is all, guys, for today. And I'll see you on Monday. Tomorrow there is no class because I'm giving you, but I'm telling you, Monday you should not come and say, sir, I am not done. I'm giving you purposefully, complete all your practicals. Tomorrow, come to the lab and do if required, and connect. Online people can connect and then complete these practicals. Monday, complete it and come freshly. I'll do the CloudWatch logs and I'll take the new service also on Monday. So that is all, guys, for today. And I'll see you on Monday with the next topic. Until then, take care. Bye-bye. Have a nice day and have a nice weekend. Bye-bye.